So, welcome everybody. This is chapter 2 of Gabo Fitness podcast. And today we have a very, very special guest, probably the best guest that we have had and the best guest that we will have for a long time. And he is Matthew Maxwell. But let's let him introduce himself. So, Matt, who are you? What's your name? How old are you? And how
Yeah,
does a day in your life look like?
absolutely. I like that intro to say I'm the best I've been on the podcast. That's an honor. Thank you. Who am I? I'm a 15-year-old entrepreneur and bodybuilder, currently the owner of two companies, Static Athletic. It was three. I just dipped one of them. Static Athletic, and then my main brand, matchamax.com.
Okay,
And I'm trying to pursue entrepreneurship and kind of bodybuilding, kind of not. It's kind of taken a pedestal at my
okay.
life now, just because I'm trying to focus on, like I said, entrepreneurship. But let me get to your question. What does a typical day in my life look like? It varies, man.
Okay.
So I either go to bed at like 6 a.m. or it's like 12. There's no in between. So it's hard to give you like an hour by hour,
Right.
but I'll just kind of tell you what I do throughout a day. So I'll wake up whatever time that may be. For example, let's just say 10, but I go to
Okay.
bed at like 2,
Mm.
2, 3, all these sorts of things. And from there, I just try and work a ton. So whatever needs to happen. So it'll always vary, like whatever work needs to be done. For example, I had to make an entire new website. I had to outreach to my friend to make my aesthetic website better. Doing all the aesthetic DMs, doing a bunch of outreach, just making sure, oh, you didn't get your package, you didn't get your package, just making sure everything is all to plan.
Okay.
But for example, today I'm gonna have to post like 50 pieces of content
All right.
and other things or manage. I don't know if I can say what I'm doing yet. Okay, I'll keep it a secret right now.
All right. All right.
But there's a whole war plan that's happening, and there's just every day it's kind of different. So I wish I could give you a better answer, but it's basically what wars need fighting and how I can best or get my army to have the best resources. Hopefully
Okay.
that makes sense. I may sound like an idiot, but hopefully that made sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does. So basically, you get things done.
Yeah, whatever needs to be done in the day, just kind
That's
of it always
that's
varies.
that's crazy, man. And you're 15 years old.
Yes,
So
sir.
so from what I heard, basically, your priorities right now are your businesses more than the gym.
Yes.
Okay. But are you training though?
I am training. So I am training. My coach just switched it. So I was training 6 days a week. Now I'm only training about four.
Okay.
That's mostly for recovery because I'm on a new program. But this is a thing. I don't want to get into a little tangent, but I will. I'm sorry. This is the thing when people say they don't have time for the gym. You do have time for the gym, except that you're sitting there jerking off or watching Netflix or doing all these things. You don't manage your time correctly. Like even the people at the very, very top still try and keep like physical condition because a healthy body is a healthy mind.
Totally.
So yeah, I'm still training like whenever I can. Like I could every single day, but it's mostly for bodybuilding that I only train 4 or 5 times a week.
Okay, yeah, and like you said, like all these people at the top, like Iman Ghazi, Andrew Tate, their priorities are making money, right? But
Yeah,
they do exercise, and they are sure that you need to exercise to have a healthy mind.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, Matt, I got to know you through Instagram. I'm pretty sure I saw one of your reels or something. You had like a lot of followers and you were 14 years old. So I was like, wow, I want to be like him. So you inspired me to open my account, to start uploading. And how did you start in the fitness industry? Industry? Why did you start exercising?
I'm gonna tell you exactly how I started in the fitness industry. So the way that I started in the fitness industry was about in September of 2020.
Okay.
And Greg Doucette actually posted me back then
Oh,
where transformation and I like plugged up his cookbook, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, yeah.
he put me on his Instagram, which got me probably about 300 to 500 followers, which isn't a ton. But
Hmm.
everybody always knows that those first like 1,000 are the hardest to get.
Yeah.
So building that base on a community, like it got, yeah, building that base on a community is just like it's great. And then from there, I just started posting and posting and posting, and then it was June of 2021 where he posted me again.
Oh,
So
wow.
posted me on the YouTube, which got me up to like probably a couple hundred more followers. And then on top of that, it also built me like a strong 800 followers on YouTube, which
Oh,
800 followers on YouTube is pretty good, like just for not posting anything.
yeah, totally.
And that's like a good basic community. So I'll always like have respect for Greg because he's what actually got me to go in the industry.
Okay, okay. I had no idea about that, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy. So Greg posted you and you got a lot of followers. You
yeah,
keep up posting. That's awesome.
yeah. And then a little bit after that, in January of 2022, Noel Diesel hosted me.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I saw that one.
Yeah, so people could be like, well, this kid only got followers because of that. No, I got 25,000 followers that weren't that.
Yeah.
But no, I was very blessed in the industry to the fact of like I have all these like connections in the sense, like Greg you said, Noel Diesel, like all these people that are at the very, very top of echelons of the community.
Totally.
So I was blessed in that aspect, man.
But would you agree with me if I said that they would have never posted you if you didn't put the work in?
Absolutely.
Totally. You earned it. It wasn't just luck, man.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right. So now let's talk about a little bit about your transformation. You were a very, very skinny kid. How did you manage to get a great physique, man?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people don't know this, but I was actually fat before I got like skinny.
Oh, okay.
I used to be fat, and then there was this one guy who I used to watch, and his name was like Flav City or something, and he really got me into like an eating disorder.
Okay.
To the fact of like I wouldn't eat anything with the artificial or circulose or all these things, and it was just very very hard to eat. And I remember at the age of 12, I was probably eating like 1,000 calories a day, 1,500 a
Oh,
day. When you're growing like that, that's not good.
that's crazy.
And so I did that, and then I got down to 77 pounds was my lowest, which was not good. And then I was like, okay, this. I remember I was a little frightened that it was 77 pounds. I
Yeah.
still didn't really think that it was that awful because when you're just in that mindset, you just want to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Which
Yeah.
is funny. Change now, I want to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But no. So I was skinny from that, just from having an eating disorder, and then I just was like, okay, I'm gonna gain some weight, and now I'm about 170 pounds 2.5 years later. So
Okay.
the way
Okay.
that applies, but there's like that 2.5 years that are just like a big gap, which you're probably like, what did you do in those 2.5 years?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, so just eating a lot of food, injecting steroids, that's a joke. Eating a lot of food, just training 5, 6. I used to train 7 days a week. I don't do that anymore. But just being consistent is the biggest thing as well.
Okay. But when did that mindset change happen? You know, you okay. So first you were fat, then you went and got very, very, very skinny. And what changed in your mind that you said, "Well, I need to get bigger"? What happened?
So I would say it was like an Arnold motivational video, but even then I got smaller from like I see that video in August of or September. I still got smaller a little bit for like a couple more months. So I don't know, man, but that is what got me into the gym, which
Okay.
in turn made me bigger. It was like Arnold pumping iron documentary. Or no. It was him doing an interview. It was like an hour on how the muscle works. How do you get bigger? And
Okay.
it was funny.
Okay, but like, did your family and friends like notice that you were very skinny? Did they tell you to gain some weight, or it was all you?
I don't have friends. I'm being serious. Like I didn't have friends then. I don't now. Then it was because I was just like in online school or whatever. But now I curate that. That's part of it. But I curate my friendships very closely.
Okay, okay.
But I'm trying to think if anybody did. Mm, not really. No.
It was all you, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's crazy.
But yeah, I can tell you, I did pray that like I got out of this. Like I wanted to get better because I knew that there was a problem, and then after that, I actually went up. So
Oh,
my boy J Dog up there. You know what I'm saying?
totally, totally. Okay, so you knew that something was wrong with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay, awesome. And you changed it. That's great, man. Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Now, now that we're talking already about the gym and stuff, what are your biggest tips for beginners?
My biggest tips for beginners. there's a lot of people, and I don't know where this came from. I think it came from the science-based community that are all you need to train super optimal. Like I, I was on Mike Israel's video, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good with Mike, or I'm good with like the science-based training if that's what you want to do. But these kids, I say kids, I'm 15. But these kids on TikTok who've been training for 6 months will sit there and do a single arm diagonal pull down from third degree. Like, bro, you literally don't even have a base whatsoever. So
Totally.
I don't get when these people like my biggest tips for beginners would be stop trying to train so optimal when you don't even have like the basics down. And these kids are not trying to tell Tom Platz that he's wrong for squatting. Like,
Yeah,
look at his squats and look at yours. Like, you can't tell him that he's wrong, but you literally have toothpicks. So
yeah.
my biggest tip for beginners would like build a strong base before you try and get down to these like itty bitty exercises that are you may be able to build your lap, but you don't have a back to begin with. So why? You know?
Yeah. And that's a great point, man. Like most beginners overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. So every beginner that's watching this, don't complicate things, just
Yeah.
learn the basics and train hard.
Absolutely.
Now, let's get into the spicy topics. I have been wanting to talk with you about this for a long time, and it's about your company, Static Athletic. Man,
Yes.
it's a motherfucking crazy product.
I appreciate it.
When did this all happen, man? When did you got the idea of selling clothes? Uh, how did this all happen?
Yeah, so I'll tell you exactly how it happened. The way that happened was one night I got an offer. I remember I was playing video games right here. I quit once, but I was playing video games right here, and this guy, he wanted me to be a part of his company. And
Okay.
I thought that he meant like equity. So I gave him an equity offer. Now he wanted to be an affiliate. And I knew I didn't want to be another affiliate for a company. So he didn't like my offer. I didn't like his. There was no like, well, F you, man. It was like, all right, man, I wish you the best.
Mhm.
And that night, praise God, I had insomnia. Because that night, if I couldn't sleep that night, I said I athletic when to start. I couldn't sleep for some reason. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own company. That night, I started my old company, the website. I started the LLC, or actually not the LLC. I started the domain. I started all of these things, and within the next couple of days, money was already rolling in.
Whoa.
So
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And mm, so basically, with what you are telling me, you have had always had like that entrepreneurial, I don't know how to say that word really good, like that,
entrepreneurial, yeah,
yeah, entrepreneurial mindset.
yeah, absolutely. I've had that for so long, and I got to give a little credit. Sorry if you can hear my dog in the background.
Ah, don't worry.
I've had a little bit of entrepreneurial background because my dad, back when I was like even 5, he'd make me go to garage sales, like bargain them down and be like, "Nah, bro, you can get that down." I'm like, "Don't pay full price." Like,
Awesome.
so back when I was like even 9 or 10, I used to like flip comics, and I am in the front of my dad's business. I had a little mini garage sale. Like, I was always doing something for as long as I can, like as long as I've had a conscience, pretty much.
Okay, awesome. That's probably one of the keys to your success right now.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I actually now that I think about it, I think I started dropshipping at like 10 or 11.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
yeah,
That's crazy, dude. That's
yeah,
crazy. So right now, Static Athletic is doing great, right? Money
yes,
is getting in.
yes.
You're releasing new products every now and then,
Yep.
and clients are happy. Um, but the question is, what were the biggest challenges? What was the most difficult things to get you here?
So the biggest challenge, it's actually a very, very good question. What was the biggest challenge of Static Athletic? I'm gonna keep it real. There weren't that many. I've been very focused, and there was not. There was a couple like there was a opposing holding company that was starting up about the same time as I, or
Okay.
about the same time as me. So like that was like getting it before they came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But besides for that, I've just been on a straight like path, and hopefully it's actually, yeah, hopefully it stays this way. So yeah, maybe as we get bigger, there's going to be more stresses that'll come, but
Okay.
everything has kind of been like a smooth wave. So yeah,
All right. Awesome. But that's probably because of you, man, because you have been doing things great. That's probably because of you. Now, what is your vision and mission with the company?
My mission with the company, I'm gonna keep it real. Get filthy rich.
Okay,
That's my mission. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's these people that are like, yeah, bro, but it's my passion. And I'm like, no. My mission is to get filthy rich.
okay,
I'm just gonna keep it real. I love all of you guys, like all my affiliates, like you're my community and whatnot. That doesn't mean I don't like you. Like you're my community, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But like my goal for this company is just make money. Like that
awesome.
is my main goal. So
Okay,
that's probably like a first from all these entrepreneurs that are like, yeah, well, I wanna do this and that and that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. They're lying to you.
but you
You
know
know what
what's
I'm saying?
what's
Like,
the
I'll be honest.
what do you think about this? The crazy thing is that a lot of people say you should pursue your passion and then you will make a lot of money. But what is your opinion on that? Because you are chasing money and you are making money.
Yeah. So here's my opinion on that: is if you can find something you're passionate about and make money, that's great. But the thing is that most things that you're passionate about, only the top 0.0001% make money in it. For example, video games, clicks was top 0.01%. Like
Yeah,
all these were the top 0.001%. And if you want to make money off your passion, that's fine. But a lot of times your passion doesn't pay you, or if it does, it's only a small percentage. So if you truly just want money, just do something. Figure out, for example, maybe I flip Starbucks espressos. Am I passionate about Starbucks espressos? No, I just flip them. Like I buy them from the store for $15. I sell money on Amazon for 20. Like,
yeah.
do I need to be passionate about them? No. Do I make money from it? Not. I'm saying hypothetically. Would I make money from it? Yes. There you go. So, is it good to have something you're passionate about? Absolutely. But a lot of things, something you're passionate about doesn't pay you.
Totally, and I think that's a thing that a lot of people need to hear because I have
Yeah.
always thought that way too. No, like my passion is making money, so I don't care how I make it. I just want to make money.
Yeah.
But the thing is that a lot of people stay with the like old way of thinking that is, oh, you should pursue your passion and then you will make a lot of money. I think the same way as you do, man.
Yeah. Yeah. For example, like if one of the things I do, I said my two companies, I have side hustles. Like I do these things.
All right.
I'll give away, you said you're going to chop these up, right? So this would be a good YouTube short content if you want. I'll give you guys like a good side hustle I'm doing right now. So what I found out is that I have like access to every single teen bodybuilder who's blown up on social media, right?
Okay.
So most of them are actually from my company, but I have connections with them. So what I figured out is I'm not getting anything for them right now. Their success does not correlate to mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make websites for them to sell programs.
Okay.
So I found out where money was going. I was like, okay, these guys, they can monetize and they're not. So I can get your website. I may know a guy who can get your website done in 3 hours. Get
All
your
right.
programs on there, everything. I just want a commission. Now I'm making money.
Is this real, man?
So
Is this real?
that's real.
Oh, that's crazy, man. So you
Really.
have actually done this shit.
I have done it. Hayden Gymspiration, Jack's Aesthetics,
Oh, no
Big Ben
way.
for there's this other what's his name? I Jonathan Stricker, I'm about to do it for. Like there's all these people. Calvin the Gabarian, if you know, or Calvin the
Yeah,
Gabera.
yeah, of course, of course.
His programs are that's my I can pull them up right now on Shopify. Like,
Oh, so that's your work, man.
yes, sir.
Oh, you're intelligent as fuck, man. No
This is
way.
the thing about entrepreneur. You need to find these things. I found out there was money moving. I didn't know how I could get money. I needed money. I found out I have connections to him. Hey, Calvin, I got a great idea. I'll set it all up. It could be done by tomorrow. Programs, everything. I'll deal with all the Shopify. Okay, done. Boom. Now
Okay,
we're making.
awesome. So now I'm gonna ask you, what do your parents think about you and your
Love it.
businesses and stuff?
They love it.
And will you go to college? You
No.
won't. Awesome, awesome. Now, what are your goals? Like short term, long term. Like the way I like to ask it is, what are your goals in the next weeks? What are your goals in the next months? And what are your goals in the next years?
Yeah, so this will be a good little transformation for once it happens. Like a cool little transition. Millionaire by 18.
Okay,
That's gonna happen. A millionaire by 18 is the goal, and it will happen. Now, for these next couple of weeks, I don't really plan like that. I have my big goals, which are millionaire by 18, 100K by 17, like all these things that need to happen to
Okay.
reach my big goals. So I could have small goals like sell out of the new static drop or get $50,000 on Instagram or all these things. But even then, like for the followers, I just have 100K by the end of the year. And then I don't really like setting goals, or as recently I haven't, of this is the goal for this month. I have what needs to be done this month to reach my long-term goal.
Okay.
So you see all these people that are like, well, I need to do this and that. I need to lose 10 pounds this month. Well, how are you going to lose 10 pounds? Why do you want to lose 10 pounds? And when you actually get to it and you're like, okay, what is weight? Weight is excess energy. How can I lose weight? You go for a walk and stop eating donuts. Like, so I
Yeah.
like having goals that are kind of like out of a out of a reward in a sense, like getting skinnier or like getting leaner, and kind of more progress goals. So like walk 10 miles or all these things. Hopefully that made sense.
Yeah. That's a great way to see it. A great way.
Absolutely.
Okay, so like all the questions that I had prepared for you have already been answered. I love all of your answers, Matt. Is there anything else you would like to talk about, or should I ask you one last question?
If you ask me the last question, does that mean the podcast is over?
Probably not. We could keep chatting.
Okay. Okay, ask me the question, then I'll think.
All right. So my question, I didn't send it to you before we started the podcast, but it's about religion. It's about religion. It's about God. What is your, not your opinion, but what would you say to all these kids that don't follow God, that don't have religion in their lives?
I'll tell you exactly what I would say to them. If you actually look into what's happening, you'll find out like, okay, the devil is real. You can clearly see this in like the Grammys or all these horror, like all these weird satanic things that are happening. I don't want to get into detail, but you can just see them.
Yeah.
So when you can see all these weird satanic things happening in the world, you're like, wow. Or Satanists, for example. You see Satanists. They're actually doing spells, like actual witchcraft.
Yeah.
That magic doesn't just come from nowhere. I can't just go abracadabra. Like magic isn't real. But like satanic stuff is real. So if satanic stuff is real, that means that God is real. Because
Totally.
there can't be Satan without God. So what I would say to them is look in and see all the awful things that are happening in the world, like just the weird satanic things. You can look into that for yourself. And then you'll be like, wow, this is real. Satan is real. So God must be real. That is like one of my biggest strong points for like the existence of God is that look at the other side.
Yeah, totally. And it's a great point. It's a great
Yeah.
way to see it because a lot of people could think about all these horrible things and say the opposite.
Yeah.
How is God allowing this?
Yeah.
But the way you see it, I think is the best way to see it.
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, what are your beliefs?
I'm a God believer. I'm Jewish, though. I'm
Mm.
Jewish, but I do believe strongly in God um, and in
You
evil.
the Jewish religion doesn't believe in the divinity of Christ, right?
No, we don't. We don't. But yeah, we do believe in the same God as you believe. Yeah, I pray every night, and that's it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Awesome.
Any other questions about that?
No, that's well. Would you like to say something else?
We could do something like the best tips for teens to make money. I think that may be good for like TikTok or YouTube Shorts or something as
That would be
well.
great. That would be great.
Okay.
What are your best tips for teens to make money?
What are my best tips for teens to make money? Now, the thing is, with you being a teen, you may look at this as a disadvantage, but I see it as an advantage because if
Totally.
everything goes wrong, let's say the entire business fails, everything goes wrong. Look, you're still under your mother's house. She's still gonna make you lasagna at night, right?
Yeah, totally.
So you don't have to worry about all these things that like people who maybe just got out of college did, and they're trying to start their own company, and like if everything fails, now they have to go work a job and they're screwed, right? Until they can rake up enough money, or if they started it with their mind, they wouldn't even have money to. They wouldn't even need money to start up a company. But I'm gonna keep that a little secret for now. But yeah, my biggest tips for teens to make money is that you have an advantage on everybody else, so use it. You have all these advantages. You can sleep less than everybody else. You can, if everything goes wrong, you're still under your parents' roof.
Yeah,
Like you can even like knock on doors and be like, "Hey, I'm selling candy for this. I'm a teen. I'm trying to do this and this." They'll love that.
they
They'll
will.
love the fact that you're a teen and you're trying to make money, or you're a teen and you're raising money for this, or all that sort of thing. So when teens are sitting here and they're like, "Well, I can't do this because I'm a teen," I'm like, "Okay, maybe that's true on paper, but you can flip it and do it because you're a teen." Hopefully
Yeah,
that would be my biggest thing is you need to now if we go into business models and whatnot. I actually have a course on my website, matchamax.com. Sorry for the plug. But how to make your first 10 grand as a teen. And it'll go into detail on exactly like what business models to do and how to do that. So
awesome.
that's a couple little tips for you. And if you want more in depth on that, you can visit that.
Okay, so I myself, I'm an online trainer. I sell programs.
Yeah.
So my biggest tips for teens, I want to hear what you think about them, is to don't worry about like, I mean, I'm gonna say it again. To don't spend money at the beginning. If you haven't earned any money, don't spend money. All right. So you want cash in before cash out. And my second big tip would be like the speed of execution. If you're going to sell a program to a personalized program, maybe to a client, you cannot take 2 weeks to design the program. If they
You need
pay you,
2 hours.
totally
Yeah.
max 2 hours max.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm in the exact same boat as you. Like, and this is the thing is that if you're always like moving very, very fast, like no one's gonna be this happy. Like
Yeah,
if you're sitting here now, there's certain business models where it may take longer and it may be actually beneficial to take longer. But if you're just talking about general business, for example, selling a program or doing this, shipping things out, do it immediately.
totally.
Or for example, like if you have a meeting with somebody, like I seen Patrick Bet David talk about this, where he was going for like an interview or it was something, and the manager or his assistant went to set it up,
Okay.
and literally within the next like 30 seconds or as soon as he could put down the phone, the guy was calling. Like, and if you have that speed in your life, people are going to respect that. If you don't take 5 days, which is something I struggle with, to like answer your messages,
Yeah,
then people are going to respect that. So now when I see a message, like I'm always on my phone doing things. So now when I see a message, I'm responding to it instantly.
yeah.
That's just the way I think it's a good method to have in life and always moving fast.
Yeah, awesome. And that's also a thing that people that want to start an online business should know. You need to be glued to your phone. You're not going to, I mean, you cannot be the CEO of an online business if you don't like chatting, if you don't like
Stress.
posting. Exactly, stress. But you need, the thing is that you cannot be the CEO of an online business if you don't like this.
Exactly.
You,
100%.
yeah,
The
totally.
entire network has changed now. So before it was the less phone, the better to focus on your business. Now it's the more phone is better to focus on your business because
Totally.
that's what money is. Before, if you wanted to focus on your business, you could only get clients from over there and there and there. Now I can get clients from all over the world. I have people in India that want to buy. Like,
Yeah,
what is this?
that's
Static
crazy.
Athletic is going to India. Like I have people that want me to set up in like Australia and all Europe and all these things like manufacturers, so I can go all over the world. If I'm
Yeah,
sitting there, I'm like, oh, I don't use my phone because it's bad for your mental health. Just stuff like that.
yeah.
I,
It's a,
I should see if you're scrolling on TikTok or scrolling, but don't scroll these things. Like, don't watch stories, don't scroll TikTok, but literally be on your phone all the time. Get more screen time. Good. But use it to actually run your business and not sit there like, hmm, hmm,
totally.
like
So, has there been a lot of sales of static athletic outside the USA?
the biggest thing for outside is the shipping, but people still buy it. I had a dude who literally paid like $60 for shipping, which shows how like viable the product is.
Okay,
Is that
awesome.
people want it this bad that they'll pay $60 to get it shipped to Australia, for example. Like that's $60 that like no one's getting profit. I'm not getting profit. I only charge what they charge me.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So when it's like this, I don't know how much it is in Mexico, but I'm trying to set up different ways to get it cheaper around the world, and trying to set up different fulfillment centers, manufacturing, all these sorts of things. But if you can get someone to pay $60 for a stringer and jars, on top of the $60 they already spent, they're paying double
Yeah,
for your product. That shows the viability of your product.
that's crazy. That's crazy, and that's awesome.
Thank you, bro.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, Matt, so we only have like 5 minutes left. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop the recording
Yeah.
here.